AskReddit by Diogenes Disciple. Who is the most widely beloved American currently alive? Obviously OP meant to ask, after Dolly Parton, who is the most widely beloved American currently alive? Because otherwise the post is just like one of those reflex tests a doctor does on you. Every now and then I hear the same question about the UK where I am from. It's not an interesting question because the only answer is David Attenborough. Now, finding the second most beloved person in the UK will get some varied replies and debate. 100% Dolly Parton. Lots of other people are liked, but I can't think of anyone else that is as beloved as Dolly. You never hear anything negative about her. I'm from Australia, and we love Dolly. And I can't stand country and western music, and even I love her. She just exudes kindness and seems so genuinely nice. And, I think one of the few people who could unite Americans for the greater good. But WTF would I know? Dolly Parton. I love when the top comment is the first thing to come to mind. I don't think anyone has named Dolly Parton yet. You could be the first. Give it a shot. Definitely Dolly. I catered for her when her tour stopped here back in '06. She was a sweetheart. Came over and thanked for my hard work, and there was a $100 bonus on my check from my job that apparently came from her. I've heard that more recently employees at her events are actively discouraged from talking to her, not because she's a diva, but because she'll want to chat and greet everyone who wants to speak with her to the point that it screws up schedules. She is America's sweetheart 100%. If Dolly ran for president with LeVar Burton as her running mate, we'd get this Trump-Biden nonsense out of here in a hot minute. Why have you given me this vision of utopia when, in the next breath, reality crushes it like a rampaging Godzilla through Tokyo? Dolly Parton. Her Imagination Library program, as well as her donations to charitable organizations and providing scholarships each year for children who grow up where she did. It's hard to hate her. Yes. The Imagination Library. My son is enrolled in it. It's so amazing. Good to see Dolly getting the respect she deserves. Yes. I opened this thread expecting it to be the top comment. However, I didn't expect her to be the top 5 comments, and 8 of the top 13 comments. We all love Dolly. I will say LeVar Burton is also entirely deserving of being a top reply as well. Clearly the answer is Dolly Parton, and the most widely beloved Canadian is Keanu Reeves. Rick Moranis. There's no one I would say who is universally beloved. Oh wait. Dolly Parton. She's America's patron saint to be. She's literally the most awesome person. The top 8 comments are Dolly, and I clicked on the link because in my heart I thought maybe Dolly, and I was curious to see where she was on the list. The top 8. I don't like country music at all, but I like Dolly. You just do. I have consistently, my whole life, only heard good things said of her and never any ill. Glad we can apparently agree on one thing in the post-truth divided future. Dolly. I don't even like country music, but I love Dolly Parton. Look up her Dixie Stampede soup recipe. Add mashed potato flakes to thicken up the soup. Thank me later. Dolly Parton. I really appreciate how the top 5 answers are Dolly Parton, really an unquestionable victory. LeVar Burton. You can't disappoint a picture. The spirit of Betty White. It isn't like I knew her, but I miss all of the Golden Girls. Weird Al Yankovic. Isn't it so ironic that one of the least controversial celebrities to have ever lived is a dude with a mullet and pedo stash and pedo glasses named Weird Al? Even though he is dead, Mr. Rogers is the most beloved American still alive. What an amazing human being. I'll never stop trying to live up to his example. I hope he's proud of me. Tom Hanks could punch a nun in the face in front of the entire church and everyone would ask what did that nun do to Tom Hanks? Christopher Titus. Tom created a Chet. He will never live up to Dolly. Danny DeVito. I thought of Dolly, then I thought of Danny in the Spider-Man costume from It's Always Sunny and was like, yep. He's the one. Dolly Parton. She provides books for children and is an overall kind soul. At first I thought it was a joke, then I signed up all 4 of my grandchildren. They each got free reading books for years. God bless her. Dick Van Dyke. Dick Van Dyke actually had a musical tribute show to him a few weeks ago on CBS. It was a good show. It had some good musical acts from Mary Poppins. Dick Van Dyke was even dancing in Mary Poppins Returns at age 92. Tony Hawk. Tony Hawk is a beloved guy, just ask Tony Hawk about it. Jimmy Carter. Surprised no one mentioned him. As a Canadian looking south, the fact that he and his wife were still helping out Habitat for Humanity well into their senior years when they could have been enjoying them on a beach speaks volumes of their wonderful character. You guys should be proud of that man and his beloved wife who just passed. Well into his senior years? Jimmy was swinging a hammer at 95. They had to basically say, Jimmy, you have to stop. Also, Jimmy Carter is a certified badass that saved Canada. https://www.military.com/history/how-jimmy-carter-save-canadian-nuclear-reactor-after-meltdown.html/amp close bracket. Willie Nelson. It's about damn time somebody mentioned Willie. It may not be correct but somebody had to fucking say it. Bob Ross. Edit. Oops. I missed the alive caveat. R.I.P. Bob, and thank you for the happy little trees. If he was still alive, I would agree. Carol Burnett. Her show was awesome.